What's up, Alex? It is Emily. I'm giving you a little bit of feedback on your resume. I'm at home with my two dogs right now who are having a wrestling match behind me. So if you hear some weird sort of growling and wrestling, um, that's what's going on. Maybe some squeakers from toys might interrupt this, but I figured it'd be better just to go ahead and give you the feedback now. So I think that this is strong in terms of a starting point for you and more visual design for your resume. I have a few notes. Wondering about this color scheme, first of all, not that I don't like it, but does it align with your Green Lantern brand or your identity there? Wondering if there's a way that you can align that a little bit more. Not sure about this font or this typeface for the heading here and kind of the way that you use it for your name. I think that there should be a specific typeface that you use for your headings and your subheadings that's complementary of kind of what your overall brand looks like. Let's see here. I don't know if there's enough spacing here, like padding or inset margins. Seems kind of cramped within this container. This colored background gives a nice boundary or a visual separation between this section and this section. This dotted line, all it does is force you to move this content over more this direction and gives you like less area, like less usable space. In this area, it looks like everything's sort of like this bolded text, and I only know that it's bolded text because I see what it looks like here, which isn't. And so when you're bolding everything, nothing is bold, right? So bold is a style that you apply to something to make it stand out or to give it emphasis. But if everything is bold, then it loses that visual distinction. So something to think about there. As far as your skills go, I'm not a huge fan of this kind of visual interpretation, just because we don't know what the two ends of this spectrum are, right? And even if we did know, maybe this said beginner and this said expert, that we would have different opinions about kind of the level that those things mean, right? So here you could say maybe one end of this spectrum is I know what photography is, and maybe the other end is I own a camera, right? And so it doesn't really tell me much. I have no real gauge or interpretation of how to understand the quantification that you've put here. I love that you have all of these things. I just don't think that this is quite as telling as it could be. Overall, like it's a really strong start. I might make this picture a little bit bigger, like this outline that you put around it, it kind of shrinks it a little bit, or at least within that available space. I like the decorative nature of the font, right? And it kind of gives me like it reminds me of you. But it also is very much in contrast to the rest of the design and the feel here. So thinking that there might be a better choice, maybe something more like Rockwell, which is a great font, and it has a similar vibe and aesthetic. So that's it. That's all I got for now. Sorry for all the commotion in the background. I guess my home office isn't as quaint and as quiet as I would hope. Anyway, let me know if you have questions about this, and yeah. Looking forward to seeing a revision. Happy to look at anything you produce in the future.